Hi and welcome back for another reading canister. We'll go straight into the reading, taking your attention now to the left hand side bottom card. Now that is the Four of Pentacles. Now that card links to holding on, and sometimes, although it's materialistic because it is a card of pentacles, it's holding on tightly to things, it feels to me. So we're holding on, we like to balance things around us, but we can cling on to things too tightly. You know, it becomes stagnant. We need to move things around, or else holding on to things and situations become very tough with us, because I can see where you've picked up your Seven of Swords. Now your Seven of Swords is always my card where you've got to watch. We call them the thief in the night, but it's also a card that links to protecting what's rightly yours. So holding on tight and protecting what's yours is the two cards that's significantly in your bottom row there. Now that is about, you know, not letting anybody run off with ideas, not letting anybody take what's yours. It's a protection card. So all the swords around you and you're deeply protecting what's yours because you're holding on very, very tightly there. It's also looking into your finances, take stock of them and keep some money under your feet and balancing it there. So financially we're looking at that, but also ideas and decisions, don't let anybody run off with them. Keep them close to your chest there and safeguard things, because that's what the card's showing you. I see the Queen of Pentacles. Now that is a very generous queen, and when she likes things done perfect as well. Now although she can show her wealth, but it's through hard work and dedication. Nobody gives this queen anything, she works for it, but she likes things to be very comfortable, if you like. She likes to protect things, but she also likes she's hard working, and perfection is a thing. So you can see all them cards at the three at the bottom showing you holding on tightly, protecting what's yours, but at the same time you do like to be hardworking and perfection around what you do. The Queen of Pentacles there, so you can be a little bit generous with what you've worked for and what you've got. You do have the Emperor. Now that's a stubborn side to you there coming in. I always think he's a father figure of readings, but it's also about you'll be stubborn and stick your heels in when you want to be, and you won't move very far. You always find the Emperor there. You know, it can be a little bit, cut your nose off to spite your face sometimes. And although that card is very powerful, the Emperor is power, but he's an old wise man as well. So use your wisdom that you've got there, because your Emperor and your Queen sit side by side. That's showing you nobody's fool with the Queen of Wands. You use your education, you use what you've got. You've got that look of that black cat sat in there. So all that lovely nurturing. It's also about being outdoors and not being stuck indoors as well. Getting out there and letting things grow around you, because she likes the nature, she likes that walk, and she likes to nurture others also. So again, you're very nurturing queen is the Queen of Wands. Now don't get yourself into any arguments or situations that you kind of go charging in there, because somebody will rile you a little bit here, and you know you have to hold back a little bit and don't go charging in. You make sure all your facts are there before you do that, because it's a conflict card, is the Knight of Swords, and you want to charge in, and sometimes it's better not to do that, so holding you back a little bit there. The Page of Cups, it says use your education, use your mind, use your sense, because it's there, the Page of Cups. And also it's a lesson learned, and if you go charging in, you're going to learn some lessons, because the Page of Cups brings you that. Is an educated card to have. So I see that although I feel like I want to go in there and I want to say what I think, I've got to hold you back a little bit and use your sensible head, use your education, use your head there. You will be in a much, much happier dwelling place. Although there's a little bit of work to do there to make that a little bit happier. Again, in two senses, we've got this card. One where there's kind of home improvements to be done, but also within a relationship, two people just kind of working things out a little bit there to be happier under that roof. So we've started to do the work, but we've got to complete it. So there's a bit more work to be done there. And it can also be around arguments and situations. We've got to put a little bit of work in here to resolve situations that's around. Now, the Page of Swords is bringing you news. But I expect good news with my Page of Swords, because I always think he's got his head in the clouds there with a lot of gossip around him. But he's also likes to be very confident, and this is what you need. You need confidence in you, what you do, your abilities to show your qualities. You've got that confidence now to stand up there and be counted, because your sword's up in the air, and that's saying, look, I'm here and I'm ready for this, and I'm ready for this challenge. So the Page of Swords likes to be in control and likes the challenges, even if they are a bit of a conflict. He still likes them. I'm gonna draw your attention to your major card I pulled for you at the back as well. It's your Justice card, and although Justice is what you fight for, and justice, it's like an even fight. It's like I want things evened up here. I'll come back to that one in a minute, because I'm going to draw you to the middle row. Now, where the middle cards are there, it's about a kind of a sleepless time. It's a bit of anxiety. Although I've got my confidence to go forward, I've got a conflict happening around me where it's a little bit keeping my awake at night. But it's overthinking things as well. If you don't take your rest and don't take your time out, you won't recover from anxiety and stress, because you're over exaggerating things. So calm it down a little bit, get the rest, and you'll see things a whole lot differently, because you've got so many ideas and you've got so many things that you want to put into motion, but you've got your pathway in front of you, but you're tying and bound, and it's like you feel like you're trapped in a prison sometimes. So I need to free you up a little bit. Take your blinkers off, and knowing your pathway is there, it's about you walking it, and it's about the time when you're ready to put your foot upon that path and walk. So going back to your Justice card then, it's about decisions and making your decisions, and sometimes they can be quite tough, these decisions that you're making. But it's things about getting settled. Is the Justice. She wants to settle things. So any conflict or arguments that's keeping you awake, it's about settling them down now and moving forward, because the tough decisions sometimes you have to make, and tough decisions, but again, it can actually hopefully find a satisfaction. That's what I'm looking for, satisfaction. So again, it's like resolving issues to me. That's what it's telling you to do. And set yourself free and walk the new pathway. I see that you've got to take a stock of a lot of stuff as well, and I know it's about a money tree, the money that's going, so it's about significant looking at finances, and also it could be a problem around finances, a little bit of a battle around there, because the money tree shows up within the battle. Then again, the Justice is on that row, so she's kind of needs you to resolve them issues, even if they're financial, and plant that tree. Now we've got to be mature when that comes that with that card, because maturity and growth are both in there. And sometimes we don't get things as quick as we want them, but we have to be patient. So just be patient to let things change, because the juggler's at the top there. Now the juggler is weighing your things up. It's keeping your eye on the finances as well. Although it's up and down here, the juggler always keeps it moving. Again, so I guess that's why we don't need to keep hold of things. It's time to let go a little bit, be honest with ourselves and move it forward. You do actually know that battles are in this reading as well, as I can see that the Five of Swords is there. Fives are always difficult cards, because, it's about walking away and not being defeated. It's about wanting satisfaction, but sometimes it can be at your expense as well, not the expense of others, and you can walk away and thinking, was this worth the trouble? Now you've got there the partnership card, Will Duran, so it's a bit of inner reflection that we have there, and it's a kind of looking forward, but things in your past keep you back, because you're reflecting inwardly as well on situations that's caused you grief and battles, but you've got to keep going forward. The young man is about reflection again, and people won't always agree with you. People will not always see things at the same angle that you do, but it's about reflection on situations and having another perspective of them once you've done your reflecting and seeing it a little bit different. So you turned upside down a little bit, but the young man is about making sacrifices. So this is what you have to do. You've got to make a few sacrifices from time to time. and then we've got to turn you the right way up because you're upside down. Now, we do have loyalty with you, and we do know that you're loyal and loving to a lot, because we can see that the dogs are in there, but all the pentacles, and that is a wealth card again, so generosity and wealth. Again, though, the pentacles that are showing up means your rewards. Now, that's rewards for hard work as well. So they're all coming in there, the rewards for the hard work you're putting in. And even if it's to show your skills, it's kind of time to pay off. But keeping loyal to the ones close to you. You do have decisions to make, and not always you can see them clearly. Now, there's a lot of choices. There's a lot of things to study out at this moment. But having said that, it's about you don't need everything. Just take out what you need. And although some things can feel very tempting and can feel very, very good, it says, look, you don't need everything. Just be satisfied with, what you think's good, and pull that. Because even though choices are there, sometimes they're not as good as they appear to be. The King of Wands is there now. He's at the bottom right. You're very sometimes will sit there with your ideas and be ambitious, and then note that the kings like to be in control, if you like, of, and they're advisors that can give good advice. So it's about being in control and in advice, but not having too difficult time. Let's see how I feel is in this reading for you this week. I feel like he's there to say, look, study things out, because with the ambition, with ambition and things to go forward, sometimes it is at the cost of others, because you're an ambitious king, but you haven't got to forget about the people around. And if you do, you get the heartache card. So again, it's about ending things with the heart there, putting things to rest and bed, and note that you can go forward, because although you're ambitious, and I just said, don't just remember that you've got to be not over ambitious, because you can actually have a little bit of health problems if you do, because that's the 3, and it does link to medical conditions. Although I don't diagnose and I do not prescribe, it's just a little bit of a warning card that is in there to don't overdo things, and it costs your health as well. So know when to put the brakes on. Know when to stop, but it's a little bit of heartache, and you feel sometimes hurt that way. And it could even be what I've just read about situations that's around that people and things you have to work around with that justice card. Don't carry too much hurt around with you, because you will always stay in control. The Queen of Swords is there to show you that. And it's placing your authority there and doing the things that you feel that you want to do with the sword. Now, you'll always fight for your justice, because she's at the back, and although you've got 2 swords are in there, again, it's battles, lots and lots of battles. But again, she's always got a great head on her shoulder as the Queen of Swords. Although she likes to be in control, she can lecture, she can advise, but she's not easily takes the advice of others. So although it's sticking to what you believe, and you'll hold that up there, powerful sword will up there, there's always 2 sides to everything. And that's why, I'm taking you back to justice. So what you feel is right. So make your decisions, as tough as they might be, control them, and, note that you'll get things resolved, and you don't need to be involved in any legal matters. So let's resolve things amicably and less hurt there. So taking back your control. So I hope you've enjoyed that now, Cancers. And if you have, like and subscribe for me, or even leave me a comment, that's fine. And I will join you now in the following week for your next up and coming reading. Thank you for listening.